Hello everyone, thank you for watching our videos. Today we continue our exploration of angelology within the context of Messianic Judaism and classical Christian mystical tradition. Today we delve into the fascinating realm of archangels, focusing specifically on two prominent figures, Raphael and Uriel. Archangels hold a special place in Christian theology, representing powerful celestial beings tasked with significant missions and responsibilities. Among them, Raphael and Uriel stand out for their unique attributes and contributions to Christian tradition. Both Raphael and Uriel exemplify the diverse roles and attributes of archangels within Christian angelology. Through their actions and symbolism, they offer believers hope, healing, and illumination in their spiritual journeys. Let's delve into the study of the archangel Raphael. Raphael, literally from ancient Hebrew meaning God heals or healing of God, is an archangel first mentioned in the book of Tobit and the book of Enoch, both estimated to date back to the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE, respectively. While his name is not mentioned in the New Testament, later Christian tradition identifies him with the angel of healing. In post-biblical Judaism, Raphael plays a significant role, but in Christianity, the perspective is different. The New Testament specifically names only two archangels, Michael and Gabriel. However, Raphael, due to his association with healing, is often equated with the unnamed angel in the Gospel of John, who periodically stirred the waters of the pool of Bethesda, or Bethzatha. In the book of Enoch, which I remind you, is not recognized as canonical, Raphael binds Azazel, a prototype of Satan, under the desert called Dudal. Then the Lord said to Raphael, "Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudal, and cast him therein. And place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire." In the 7th century, there existed a temple dedicated to the holy archangel Raphael in Venice. During the same century, the Spanish city of Cordoba declared him its patron. He is revered as the patron saint of families and marital relations, pharmacists, the sick, doctors, immigrants, pilgrims, refugees, as well as sailors. In icons, the archangel Raphael is often depicted as a youth dressed in a tunic, a portrayal taken from the book of Tobit. Among his attributes are a cross, a pilgrim's staff, and sometimes a fish and a vessel. In Byzantine iconography, Saint Raphael has a more traditional appearance, typically holding a staff and a sphere. As the angel of love, Raphael is the heavenly antagonist of Asmodeus, the influences of dark forces. Therefore, Christians practice prayers to Saint Raphael for family problems associated with the influence of dark forces. Another angel in the lowest choir is the archangel Uriel, or Uriel, from ancient Hebrew meaning flame of God. He is the angel of thunder and trembling, the angel of awe. Uriel is the chief of the first angelic choir of seraphim, who governs the immaterial forces and heavenly luminaries. He is well known in popular Catholicism and recognized in the Anglican Church as the 4th archangel. Uriel is also prominent in European esoteric medieval literature. He is known as the Master of Knowledge and the Archangel of Wisdom. In the Secret Book of John, an early Gnostic work, Uriel controls the demons that help Yaldabaoth create Adam. Gnosticism itself refers to a series of religious movements that developed parallel to Christianity. Gnosticism, in its developed forms, combines Eastern and Hellenistic motifs with a Christian interpretation of human history and purpose. In Christian apocryphal Gospels, Uriel plays various roles in different sources. He saves Jesus' cousin John the Baptist from King Herod's massacre. Thus we know that Jesus and John were relatives, as John's mother, Elizabeth, was the cousin of Jesus' mother, Mary. Uriel also escorts John and his mother, Elizabeth, to join the Holy Family after their flight to Egypt. This encounter is depicted in Leonardo da Vinci's painting The Virgin of the Rocks. Uriel is often identified as a cherub and an angel of repentance simultaneously. He is said to stand at the gate of Eden with a flaming sword, or as an angel dwelling outside the world in Tartarus. In the Apocalypse of Peter, he appears as an angel of repentance, portrayed as ruthless as any demon. In the book of Adam, also known as the Life of Adam and Eve, Uriel is regarded as a spirit, specifically as one of the cherubim in the 3rd chapter of Genesis. During the plague, he was the one who checked the doors of Egypt for the blood of the lamb. He also leads Abraham to the west and holds the key to hell during the end of the world. Quite a formidable angel, as you can understand. In modern angelology, Uriel is identified in various ways. He is sometimes seen as a seraphim, sometimes a cherubim, sometimes the regent of the sun, and sometimes the flame of God. He is also called the angel of divine presence, the ruler of hell, and the archangel of salvation. He is often depicted with a book or a scroll in his hands, symbolizing wisdom. Uriel is also the patron saint of the arts. In the Ethiopian sermon about Archangel Uriel, he is depicted as one of the great archangels who interprets prophecies to Enoch and Ezra. According to the sermon, during the crucifixion of Jesus, Uriel dipped his wing into the blood and water flowing from the side of Christ and filled a cup with them. Carrying the cup, he, along with Archangel Michael, sprinkled all of Ethiopia with it. Wherever a drop of blood fell, a church was built. That's why in Ethiopian Orthodox iconography, Uriel is often depicted with a cup filled with the blood of Christ. Uriel is also honored in Lutheran churches, especially those with statues of the archangels Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, and Raphael. There is another interesting story associated with the Pope of Rome and Uriel, and not only with him. At the Roman Synod in 745, Pope Zachary, intending to clarify the Church's teaching on angels and to eliminate the tendency to worship angels, condemned angelic possession and angel worship, but confirmed the approval of the practice of venerating angels. This synod removed many angels from the list eligible for worship in the Roman Church, including Uriel. You can only worship those archangels mentioned in the recognized Catholic canon of the Holy Scriptures, namely Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. There is another quite interesting story associated with Uriel. In the 16th century, the archangel Uriel appeared before the Sicilian monk Antonio Lo Duca and told him to build a church in the area of the baths of Diocletian. Lo Duca told Pope Pius IV about this vision, and then the Pope asked Michelangelo to design the church, which became known as the Basilica of St. Mary of the Angels and Martyrs in the Piazza della Repubblica, which you can see on your screens now. In the Book of Enoch, Uriel is mentioned many times because he is essentially one of the central characters of the book. In chapter 9, which is part of the Book of the Watchers, 4 angels are mentioned by name: Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel, although in some versions there is also a 5th angel, Suriel or Shuriel. The Book of Watchers, which is part of the Book of Enoch, generally tells us that Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel were present before God to testify on behalf of humanity. They sought divine intervention during the reign of the so-called fallen Watcher. Watchers are a distinct type of biblical angels. The term appears both in plural and singular forms in the Book of Daniel, where their holiness is mentioned, and also in the apocryphal Book of Enoch, where both good and bad watchers are mentioned, with a focus on the rebellious angels. It was these fallen angels who took human wives and gave birth to hybrid beings, known as Nephilim. Uriel is also responsible for warning Noah about the impending great flood. Then Uriel acts as a guide for Enoch throughout the rest of the book. In conclusion, Raphael and Uriel, as archangels, play significant roles in religious tradition. Raphael symbolizes healing and protection, while Uriel represents justice and foresight. Their presence in sacred texts and legends underscores their importance to believers throughout the ages. Both archangels serve as examples of spiritual strength and support in challenging times. Exploring their roles and attributes allows us to gain deeper insights into the spiritual ideals and values they embody. Ultimately, understanding these archangels can aid believers on their spiritual journey and in their everyday lives.